Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, shoulda had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, shoulda had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Never lose, shoulda had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, shoulda had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, shoulda had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Ball. Waking up meant that he gave me a chance and I'm rolling the dice. I do it all. Living like I'm trying to go for the platinum trophy in life. Who can you call? Really nobody, so you should just follow me on your device. And know if she chilling with me, then it's bound to be chemical X and the sugar and spice. Game in the system, but game is the hobby. I'm probably cocky, but hot as wasabi. I mean, if it's beef, then you know where to find me. My niggas is ready and so is my body. You should be running and telling your posse and what's in the speakers and what's in your potty. And she trying to kick it, but this ain't karate. Just keep that shit down while I'm watching Tsunami. I ain't saying I'm a super nerd, but I told you we got involved. My idea of a perfect date is a PlayStation and some alcohol. I was role playing on GTA. I'm a good guy, but I got it all. If the world should end, be the first to leave. But the last of us acting naughty, dog. Level up, level up. Never lose, shoulda had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Level up, level up. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough. Never lose, shoulda had better luck. I'ma wake 'em up from a slumber. Money ain't nothing but a thing, and the level ain't nothing but a number. Life ain't nothing but a game. Level up, level up. Never lose, shoulda had better luck. Tryna see a check, I'ma run it up. Yeah, I do a lot, still ain't done enough.
Where's Dallas? I miss Dallas. I'm sorry. Damn, why you got that look on you?
because he called cold mics. That's the first thing everybody heard was, "I miss Dallas." So just let me know when you're ready for it.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah. Listen, and I really hope the podcast started. Like the first thing you heard was Brand was like cold mics. I miss Dallas. Yeah, yeah. No one's like been able to control how they go live now. Not us, not Shannon Sharp, not Caleb. Nobody. It's going crazy. What Monty? What go on, man? Listen, I'm going to keep it completely honest with everyone who watches this post stream. Right, we're talking a lot of PlayStation today. Yeah. A lot. I mean, there is some Xbox stuff in here because I think there is something to be made of what's going on with Xbox and how it correlates with PlayStation. We've seen a lot of different journalists try to make that correlation with Xbox and PlayStation, but we're really going to touch in on that. Yobi, what's going on with you, brother? Hope all is well with thee. I'm fired. What I did? The thumbnail? Yeah, that was me. With all that said, what's going on, people? Family Team here from Lv1gaming.com. And congratulations, you guys leveled up. This is the Level 1 Gaming Podcast. Guys, do me a big favor. Do me a solid, hit that like button as it helps us out a whole bunch. Subscribe if you have not. If you laugh one time, if you enjoy the show at all, if I say something you hate or whether you love it, please hit the like button because it helps us out a whole bunch and helps the algorithm push us forward as we try to do something in this gaming space. Let's go on with the introduction. A little bit different tonight. First off, before we do anything, if you guys can, make sure you guys go on Twitter and wish my sister, the Flow Hugger, a happy birthday. Today is 9/11. It's one of the saddest days in history. If you live in this country, she Canadian, so we ain't worried about that when it comes to her. 9/11 for Canada and Hugger means happy birthday. So make sure you guys can send Hugger a happy birthday. Let her know that you think about her. Send her a cash app if you want to buy her something to eat. All good, all good. But first up, my Texas brethren from Center Leaks. So, Leb, what's going on, brother?
Hello. As you all know, I miss Dallas. Um, God, bro, it's a horrible way of starting the podcast
Yep.
out. But I no, what's bad is he said cold mics, and I was like, my mic is cold. Like, I said that. Oh, yeah, it is.
No pause.
No pause. We're going for
But
it.
yeah,
Full
man,
steam.
I like as always, man. I love joining in on the Level One Gaming Podcast, man. Y'all are awesome, and y'all are my family, man. I'm glad to be here.
Listen, this is why I need stuff like QuakeCon to get back to normal so we can really kick it how we
Thank-
kick it, man. But I don't think that's
thank
ever
you.
going to happen at this point. I
Man,
think
it's
what it is with the BYOC, and I'm not paying to walk around the BYOC. It is what it is. But next up, if your emails is popping and your DMs is full, that's because communication director of Level One Game trying to get a hold of you, baby. Baron Jet 67. What's going on, Chief?
I have been taking a break on my backlog because I am out destroying heresy for the Emperor. And heretics be damned. Blood for the blood gods, skulls for
Why
the
you
skull
being a
throne.
nerd?
No. Humanity needs us, and I'm definitely
Nerd.
doing my part. Yeah. Meg the Stallion knees have nothing on Space Marine knees. So we're out here doing God Emperor's work. Emperor
Listen,
saves.
you know who Meg the Stallion knees ain't got nothing on? Bunny.
Oh my god, I can't stand you.
Because the First Ascendant is the greatest free-to-play game of all time. I got all the ultimates now. Can you believe it? I got Ultimate Ajax. I got Ultimate Bunny, Ultimate Viessa, Ultimate Lepic, Ultimate Glade, and I didn't spend a nickel. It's grind time. I got 19 days worth of time in the First Descendant.
Bro, that's disgusting. This man needs help. You could be out here fighting and unifying mankind for God Emperor, but you are
playing with half-naked characters in a video game. Yes.
You know what? Next step for him, he is literally one step removed from being Hoya verse like main. He's one step. You are one step away from playing Genshin on your phone all day. That's how close you are. You are very close.
First Descendant is where it ends and begins for me.
Oh, okay. The Alpha and Omega, huh? What up, Swaggy C?
I'm just saying, Swaggy, what's going on with you, man? Listen, if you guys can do me a big favor, a really, really big favor, hit the like button, share the stream, and let people know we are live. It helps us out a whole bunch. Because listen, the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to the PlayStation 5 Pro announcement, right? Good news, we got another console to come out. Yay! Bad news, we got another console mid-gen refresh. Yeah, and this can be traced back to last year before last, right? And I've said it once, I said it again. I could care less for mid-gen refreshes. I could care less for mid-gen refreshes. I don't like them. I don't like it for the simple fact that you have yet to reach the maximum power for the console I got now. And so now you want to upsell me. And one of the things about it that drives me nuts is that you're going to pay $700 for this console. You're not guaranteeing 60 frames per second. This was supposed to be the generation where 60 was the standard. Right?
8K
Xbox
on the
talked
box.
about it a lot. PlayStation had 8K on the box, right? Had 8K on the box. Like we haven't reached nowhere near what we need to be reaching with these consoles, and it's time for a Pro. So PlayStation 5 Pro was announced. I'm not getting into the spectacles and specs about it because I don't have it in front of me, and I'm not about to lie. Now, I'm not about to give y'all BS. But what I will say is the price is $700. And I was one of the people who swore up and down the PlayStation 5 Pro will not be, hold on.
It would not be $700. He definitely was one of them people championing that. My guess was it was going to be $649.99, and it would come with Astrobot. Like that was because in my head that sounds like a solid idea. Like that doesn't sound. It's expensive as hell still, but that I could see that being sold as a cool, clean, neat package. Like, hey, you get the new title to really flex the power of this Pro, with all the amenities, including the DualSense. Here's Astrobot. Here's the console. Here's the Epic controller. $49.99.
Like with the bundle, and
that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen.
I thought because the PS5 right now is with the disc is $500. I had said $100 more. There's your PS5 Pro. I knew it'd be more expensive, but I didn't think it would be. And I don't want to. And I don't want the people. Oh, well, if you too broke, it's not about that. It's like y'all don't understand where we're going with gaming right now, right?
Yeah.
We wasn't too far from you guys complaining about $70. People still complaining about $70 games, right? The price of the PS5 controller went up $5. Oh, this is not a big deal.
Yeah.
Go out and buy it. Now the PS5 Pro is about to sell out immediately for the fact that the attachable drive is one of the top selling items on Amazon. The PS5 Pro about to sell out like crazy. And I don't want to hear, oh, the PS5 Pro is for the hardcore. It's a niche item. So that means the PS6, this is going to be for everybody, it's going to be cheaper. No. The PS5 Pro is being $700. What does that tell you? The PS6 is going to be far more advanced in technology. So it's going to be, PlayStation is, if it's the case where, well, PlayStation, they're not going to take a loss, right? We're going to be in a net positive with the PS5 Pro. And you guys go out and buy it like hotcakes, which you're proving that you're going to do. What they're going to do with the PS6, we're not going to sell that at a loss. So you're looking at a $900 console, I guarantee you. And this isn't me trying to rain poo-poos on the PS5 Pro, right? Yeah. But my thing is, we're going to pay $700, or you're going to trade in your PS5 and spend another $300 to $400 just to play the games a little bit prettier with the same frame rate. Because again, I'm not a technical guy, but if I'm not mistaken, the CPUs are exactly the same, right? But Caleb, I'm going to go over you being our guest. I'm sorry for ranting so early in the podcast. Your thoughts on the PS5 Pro being $700? Is it for you, who was a PS5 owner? I'm assuming, is it worth it for you? Or are you going to go out and buy it?
All right, so we all knew this was going to happen. We all knew there was going to be a PS5 Pro. All right, so let's say that real quick. We all knew because a couple of years ago there was these leaks that they had been talking about it and so on and so forth. It was definitely something that was going to happen. Whatever. Then we started noticing the blatancy that it was for sure happening whenever we saw PS5 boxes coming out and the 8K was removed from the box. So we're like, all right, something's up, bro. So this is what's confusing to me as a PlayStation 5 owner. All right. So PlayStation, the reason I knew that this was going to happen is because think about it this way. PlayStation has always come out with multiple versions of their consoles. 100%. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 had 4 versions, I think.
And then I think the PS3 had more than that. The piano, the slide.
Yeah. And then, and I mean, there's a couple of people I know that I don't know what they do. I don't know if they work for the mafia or something and how they're able to afford this, but there's a few friends of mine that I've known for years that have almost every collectible PlayStation console. Like, all the different versions of the PS4 that came out that were special editions. Like a friend of mine that lives up in Massachusetts has every one of them. I'm like, bro, how the fuck are you getting these? Like, how are you doing this? Like, I don't understand. But, the good thing about this upgrade is that, yes, the PS5 Pro does have a much larger GPU that has like up to 67% more computing units than our current PS5. All right. So we could say that. And overall, it's 45% faster on rendering. Now, this is what Sony is saying. It's 45% faster on rendering, advanced ray tracing across the board that triples the amount of time of ray tracing, AI-driven upscaling as well to do this new PlayStation Spectral super resolution that adds pixels where pixels were previously missing by playing, backwards compatible games and so on and so forth. But $699. Get this, bro. If you guys don't remember, what happened when Phil Spencer walked out on stage and said the Xbox is going to be $599? You remember that? Or what was it? Was it $499 or $599 at the time? Okay. What did everyone say? Everybody was like,
what?
$499? Sony right afterwards was like $399 is what we're going to sell our console for, and it was huge for them.
Yep.
We talking Xbox One, PS4 era.
Yeah, like we're talking about Xbox One, PS4 era.
Okay,
so,
diametric. Because you said Phil, I was like, I don't remember Phil talking about.
No.
But go ahead.
But like the reaction to that, like everyone freaked out. They were like, "Oh my god!" But $699 for a console? Yes, I get
got
it.
a disk drive.
I get it.
Bro.
It's got all this extra power. It's got basically, this is the best way of saying it in a respectable way. This is what the PS5 should have been when it came out. Plain and simple. It should have had the GPU that this one has. It should have had faster memory. It should have had all this other stuff. But when it came out the way it did. There was parts that due to COVID, it was hard for them to get this done and all this other stuff. Cool. That's fine. Launch your console launch it at least $599 since you ain't got a disk drive. Because now you're telling everybody, hey, we got this badass new console that will stomp the competition. But it does not come with a disk drive. And if you want one, how much is a disk drive? How much is the additional disk drive? $80.
Yeah.
Bro, so you're paying $800 for a console
to play your physical games.
To play physical games that is literally a smidge more powerful than the current PlayStation 5s out there. So come from somebody that I love Sony, bro. I love Sony. I love to listen, I have been playing Astrobot nonstop. Okay. It is a ritual in my household now of just passing that controller around. I love it. I love the innovation that Sony does. I love Mark Cerny. He's great at what he does. But launching a console at $699 in the global economy that we're in now, how do you expect people to be able to get on this bandwagon with a price like that? I mean, dude, they did a poll right after it was announced. Only 10% of users were like, yeah, I'm going to get it day one.
Is that the Jeff Keighley poll?
Yeah, 10%.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
10%. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Really quick, shout out to Steph for telling our super chat. He says, just showing some love. Shout out to you, Steph, man. Been a long time. Been rocking with us for a long time, man. Steph has all been a real man. Shout out to the telling our super chat, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, 100%. And a lot of people get to know Jeff Keighley because he did a lot of PlayStation 5 tweets. I'm like, it's the biggest topic in gaming.
Yeah, it's the biggest news.
Brief. What else is he supposed to tweet about? Like, you're not going to announce the PS5 Pro and we talk about what the ROG Ally. That doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
So I don't give him crap for that. But a lot of people is like, yeah, no, I'm not buying this. But again, we talk about, and B, I'm gonna switch over to you. We talk about it being $699 base, right? $80 because you have to buy the hard drive. It's the same hard drive that comes with that you can buy for the base PS5 Pro. I mean the base PS5, and which is why it's sold out pretty much everywhere. People are having a hard time buying it. So if you want to, if you're someone like me who has a lot of physical games, and you want to play them in the best possible way, and I have a PS5 with the disc, right? I got the PS5 with the disc. So if you're someone with physical games, right? Let's say you got a physical copy because they touted about Spider-Man 2 and all this stuff, right? We announced a mid-gen refresh talking about old games, right? And I don't want to hear old games because I was told by a lot of people that y'all don't buy new consoles to play old games. So I'm gonna use the term old games, right? So if I got Spider-Man 2 physical, and I want to play it in its ultimate glory on console, I got to get it on PS5 Pro. I have to pay $800
to get the best experience
to do so, or I can go to GameStop and trade in GameStop and get it for $400, whatever the case.
Which
may
is
be,
still insane.
It's still insane.
That is insane.
It's insane. B, I'm gonna go over to you, man. Your thoughts on the PS5 Pro and chat. I'm gonna get to these. I'm gonna get to y'all, man. I promise you. I'm gonna put some polls up, get y'all's thoughts. But B, I'm gonna go to you. PS5 Pro, $699 in the US base. Your thoughts?
You know, I am always against price increases. Period. Because we as consumers, we're constantly letting folks know how we feel about things by the way we purchase them. And I am always against it. And then, but funny enough, here's Sony again doing the best thing possible, delivering bad news with some awesome news. They raised the price of the controllers. $5, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if it ain't a big deal, why'd you do it? Like, you're raising the cost of controllers by $5. And then the next
beat and as well, the price of the console went up everywhere except for the United States and the UK.
Oh, which is coming. That's coming next. Yeah, that's coming next. Like, it's definitely gonna happen next. Or they'll do. You guys remember what PlayStation used to do, where they stopped producing the console on its own. It started coming mandatory as a bundle. Like, that would be the only way you can get it, and it would be an increased price
was just a straight
in a bundle. Yeah, like, I wonder if that's coming in, if that's what they'll do to the OG PS5. Because, once again, the things we're talking about, folks, we're basing this off of what they've done in the past. Like, it's not like we're pulling out magic, let's pull out the crystal ball and think about what they could possibly do. We're basing this on how Sony has moved previously so we know we're going to get multiple versions. We know, but with this price though, shout out to Special Nick. He's been fighting the good fight all over Twitter about this, and he brought up the point. He was like, the PS3 made sense for the $600 price tag. People forget that Blu-rays cost $800 on the regular during the PS3. The cheapest way to technology. Cheapest way to get a Blu-ray player was to buy a PlayStation. Like, that at that time, that was the cheapest way. I remember I used I won a scholarship. I used my scholarship money. My mom was so pissed. I used my scholarship money to go and buy my PS3.
I'll tell you how we actually, I don't mean to interrupt, but you said that and it just jogged my memory. I'll tell you how we actually got a bunch of pre-orders and stuff like that for the PS3 whenever I was working at GameStop at the time. Blu-ray was announced. And the PS3 was coming out. Everybody was talking about Blu-ray, HD, DVD fighting against each other and stuff. And I said, listen,
and Xbox holds HD DVD.
I was like, best way of getting a Blu-ray player is getting a PlayStation 3. And they're like, well, we don't really play that many games. I listen, it comes with the Blu-ray player built in. It's no additional cost or nothing. I cannot tell you how many people we had trying to get that thing. During that PS3 era, we had people driving up from Houston to our rural area of East Texas just to get a PS3 because of that situation.
That value.
And you're right, too, bro. What you said. I mean, $600-something for the PS3. That's understandable.
That was a lot of money. That was a lot of money.
And a Blu-ray player versus a $1,000 Blu-ray player. So at the time, B, you making a great point. At the time,
it made sense.
That $600 was worth it. The value was there. I don't.
And the backwards compatibility.
And the backwards compatibility.
As
of right now, I don't. And I get it. They don't want to sell the console at a loss, right? Yeah. I see in the chat from Tech Mersive, right? It's an optional enthusiast product. I get that, but what I'm going with this is going to set a precedent.
Yes.
If you wholeheartedly believe that the PS6 will launch at a price point cheaper than a PS5 Pro,
you crazy.
Then Shannon Sharp did not go live.
No, but and that's just business. And it sucks. I hate this. I hate it because you get folks who, like, I get it. I'm not pocket watching. If you got the money to go and buy 3 of these just because, good for you. I'm happy for you. But we cannot just let this stuff slide. If you've watched this show, you know how I feel about increased prices. It's the dumbest thing ever. This has become the most popular form of media and entertainment. Hands down, no questions asked. It's become more accessible. it's in more people's hands, which usually mean the cost comes down, not
I was
up.
Bro, sorry.
Like that's not how things work. Things don't become more accessible and not so niche and then all of a sudden get more expensive. It's not like there's a shortage. Like there this is why I always argue digital games should cost less than physical games. Period. Like it just there's no Oh, go ahead.
Haven't the prices of consoles gone up though throughout the years?
They've gone up.
This is not new.
But this is a problem.
Well, I mean, like they're gonna consistently go up. You know what I mean? Like that's just it's like when you have it's like cars. Like the prices of cars are gonna continue to. I know it sucks.
No. Like, it's not even a thing of just sucking. You raise this console price by $200. Is it $200?
Well, if we compare it to the discless PS4, I mean, if we compare it to the discless PS5, because this is also discless, $300.
A $300 price increase with no new games attached, and you raise the cost of your controller with no new controller version, and you haven't offered one new game to go along with it and all these new specs. You are screwing over your fan base who absolutely love you. That is why I'm frustrated.
That they saw how much people were willing to pay during COVID.
And this, because people were paying $1,000 a console. You're absolutely right.
People are going to pay for it. Like, it
doesn't
matter how pissed off we are. Like, people are going to pay
but
for it.
Guess what?
People who buy a new iPhone every
year. 100%. And guess what I'm going to sit here and do? I'm going to sit on my soapbox and scream to the clouds that this is insane, because it has to be said. We cannot let this stuff go. I'm almost cussing. We cannot let this stuff go we can't just say, thank God there's a new console. But yeah, she's right, 1,000%.
To Daz's point, people buy not just a new iPhone, pretty much the same iPhone every year. They do not bat an eye. PlayStation could have released this PS5 Pro for $1,000,
and people would have bought it.
And its fan base would have been like, if you broke, just say that, because they are ingrained that gaming is PlayStation, just like iPhone users are ingrained that phones are iPhones. Like, hey, let me see your phone. What is this? It was an Android. Oh, I see your phone. Yeah, it's an Android. No, your phone. They think phones are iPhones. Just like people think gaming is PlayStation. It could have been 1,000.
And people would have bought it the same way.
I was going to say, you're bringing up a really good point. First and foremost, we're kind of talking back and forth about phones. And some people watching this or listening, whatever, you could think that there's not that there's no similarity, but there is a similarity, because years and years ago, back in the olden ages when consoles were consoles and phones were just phones, okay, as things started to upgrade, we noticed there was a change and a shift in the marketplace. And I remember saying this back in the day, my boy Dallas. Anyways, I'm sorry I had to say that. I apologize. Back in the day, I remember saying this. I remember I was at the GameStop convention. I remember looking at another GameStop employee and saying, damn, man, consoles are going to get to the point to where they're just going to be like phones, bro. It's going to be a new one coming out every year. And lo and behold, that is where we're at now. At least, let's just say this. At least when you're going to drop $1,200 on a phone, at least there's going to be some type of updates. Like, hey, this time the battery lasts another 2 hours and it's got a 200 megapixel camera and blah, 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 so on and so forth, whatever. New AI features, new this, new that. But the consoles, there is a complete separation, because some people could say, but the consoles are cheaper than the phones. But think about it like this. You're paying $1,200 nowadays for a phone. All right. That phone.
Easy.
That phone is technically a mobile computer for you. Phones nowadays have more technology than the first Apollo shuttle. Okay. The first shuttle that shot into space, there's more technology on most basic phones nowadays. So when you compare both of these, it's hard not to look at that comparison and see why there is a difference. PlayStation 5, okay? PlayStation 5 is a great console at what it is now. It is a great console. No ifs, ands, or buts. But to release a PlayStation 5 Pro, okay, in 2024, when there has already been talks that by 2027 or 2026, they're talking about releasing a PS6. Xbox is already talking about releasing their new console.
Series Y.
Well, Xbox said they're not doing a mid-gen refresh too. They're already looking at.
And let me say this: the one thing I will give a big shout out to Xbox about is there is not a reason to have an Xbox console anymore. There's not a reason. Summer Games Fest, I sat down in front of a 100-inch Samsung television and played the Xbox app. Full, of course. Now, mind you, we're at a center, so it's got amazing internet. But I sat down and played Xbox that is built into a Samsung TV. So right when I came home, the first thing I did, I bought a Amazon Fire Stick Plus.
Same here.
I plugged one. I plugged one into my kid's bedroom, and I plugged one into the living room. I don't have an Xbox console anymore.
Maybe
I don't.
Xbox is going for the long game, and
So
everybody's complaining about.
Exactly.
Xbox not doing consoles I mean, we've talked about it, and
check this out.
I've said,
check this out. Going further with what you guys are saying. Do you remember a while back, and tell me if this is a fever dream, somebody please correct me, when Xbox did the whole cell phone package for the Xbox. Remember, you would get the console, you would get the service, and you would pay monthly until it was paid off. Yep. And I was like, that's a cell phone. That
was actually an exclusive thing too that GameStop was
doing.
So whenever I was still working for GameStop, we actually had to push that as saying, hey, there's an Xbox package that we have now. You pay it monthly. It'll pay your console off. You'll be able to get access to the games, so on and so forth. But what I'm getting at is Xbox is looking at the long game. Xbox is looking at, hey, how can we make money? How can we make money and get people to get back to the point of getting our subscription service? Hey, we can bring Xbox to Fire Stick. I mean, it's really the truth.
I know, but I feel like when I say it, like everybody wants to shit on me. And I'm just like, because I've said a million times, not you specifically.
Oh, the internet. Yeah, the internet do be crapping on
me. I do be framing her in like the worst way sometimes.
We do. We capitalize off of your words. 100%.
Listen, you're 100% right, honestly, because like Xbox is looking at the long game. Where are we going to be in the next 10 to 15 years? Why would we invest all this money into a physical console now? Why are we not building for the future of Xbox and what they're going to do? So I'm telling you, we're going to look back in 10 to 15 years and be like, you remember those consoles we used to play back in the day? It's not going to be a thing. It's not going to be a thing.
Who this?
Yeah, for real. Like, I mean, I just today upgraded my phone to the S24 Ultra. Okay. So the fact that this has the fact that this has that Snapdragon on it, that it has, it does 120 frames refresh rate. It's got, you can play all the crazy games that you want. And guess what? This is my Xbox. Like, this is my Xbox. I can literally play cloud gaming through my Samsung device. And
you, sir, are why PlayStation gets away with a $700 console.
I want to make one point before we get past this.
Yeah,
because I think it needs to be said and put out there, because there's a new war on social media, and it's not Xbox versus PlayStation.
Teraflop.
Because of the Pro, it is now PlayStation versus PC, and the PC community, PC gamers. I love y'all. I love you. All right.
Thank you.
But I need you to understand. I need you to understand. In no world should you be comparing your $4,000 rig to a $700 console. Also, in no world should you be saying, "Oh, just buy a PC," as if PC gaming is just that easy for people to dive into. Whether they build it or buy it, there's lots of drawbacks. There's more pros and cons. Yes, there is. Indubitably, right? But
I
we
can't
can't
stand
just
this
say
guy.
just go buy a PC, right? Why are you spending $700 on a PS5? You can just go buy a PC. Yeah, but for me to get a PC, I'm not spending $700 and getting the same quality as my PS5, right? Because these things are subsidized, right? I'm not getting that quality with $700 on a PC. Somebody gonna come in and say, "Oh, Fame, fat boy," that's not true. I know somebody is, but in my opinion, if you're gonna get on, if you tell somebody to get on PC, you should be PC gaming. Someone who's gonna get on PC is not gonna try to start day one with a GTX 1060, right? They're gonna need a 360, 37, 38. They're gonna need to spend $15 to $2,000, and let's not forget they need a monitor. Yes, I know they can use their TV to have their console. They need a monitor. You need mouse. You need keyboard. You need operating system. Yes, you can bootleg and get it for free. I get all of that, but some people are grandmas out here. When that screen go blue, they don't know what to do.
That should be on a shirt. I can't stand this.
Bro,
guy.
you just made a new shirt
You just
line.
made a
Yeah,
shirt, bro.
yeah.
The screen go blue.
Yeah,
You don't know what
yeah.
to do. Hey,
But like, I mean,
Write
I
that
get
down
what
real
you're saying.
fast.
I would
I
do
get what
that.
you're saying. But at the same time, like, nobody is just using their PC for gaming.
True, bro. I got this PC that I got, custom built PC. The only reason why I even got it is because I was like, well, if something crazy goes on, then I can upgrade the GPU. I can upgrade this. I can upgrade the memory or whatever else. I ain't done that yet. I have not done it yet. I use it more for editing and all that other stuff than anything. But I think the biggest thing is a lot of people need to understand is PC. PC, yes, is that race of gamers that just like, bro, you can play so much with it. But with me, it's just like I got the I got the opportunity of reviewing Marvel vs. Capcom's fighting collection recently, and it brought back so many emotions, bro, because it's games that I played, and showing my age, but like I was 6 when The Punisher came out. All right. So I'm thinking, like, I'm playing these games on this collection, and I'm like, man, bro, it's so crazy to be able to play these games now. It's so, oh man, it's so nostalgic. It's this and that, and so on and so forth. But the one thing that stuck out to me the most is the emotional feeling I had while playing those games. So like now, it's such a dramatic overtone of who's got the most powerful console. Oh man, well this one, you can see the dirt under her fingernails. Like, who cares? I don't care about that.
Did you see the grass in Forza?
Yes,
don't
bro,
get me started.
I'm saying this.
I'm saying this
from the heart, 100%. I love Sony. I love the exclusives. I love the games that they create, the experiences they create. But bro, like when I was watching that showcase and Mark Cerny was talking about, you see the specs at first and you're like, hey, that's a big GPU. Oh man, you could do ray tracing now and all. And then they showed the side-by-side comparison. I'm like, that's not, bro, that's not worth an upgrade, bro.
But wait, what game? The fact that the games that they showed, that was the insane part to me. I was like, wait a minute.
They showed The Last of Us.
I was like, no.
And then they showed the PSSR, pixelized digital AI technology that they have now. And they show like an image from like Ratchet and Clank. Like, dude, I want to see big improvements. I want to see like, hey, now the games, every single game that's on PlayStation 5 Pro, it automatically plays in 4K at 120 frames per second. Like if we're paying $200 to $300 more, I mean, come on.
I'm so sorry.
I see that super chat.
Fame, please read the super chat.
Listen.
Right before you do the
Lloyd
super
Metroid,
chat.
Man. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
I
sorry.
just wanted to say that like a lot of the games that people are playing now, like a lot of these indie games don't require that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like and Fame, this is not me picking on you, but to say like, for when people say like, oh, you should get a laptop or a gaming PC, you know what I mean? Like they're not that expensive. You literally have a gaming laptop that you use right now for multiple things. You just don't play a lot of games on it, right?
Oh, damn. She calling you out.
I'm just saying.
He's definitely not saving mankind on it.
I mean, I have an Xbox and I have a PS4 and I have a PS5 and I don't really use.
I have a gaming laptop. I don't use it for gaming.
But you could if you wanted to.
I could.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people have laptops and they use them for work, but the type of games that are coming out now, you don't need a massive gaming computer.
Because I literally can run everything on my gaming laptop. Like every game I can run it in very high settings, but I don't.
It's a choice thing, right?
It's a choice.
I mean,
I choose. Listen, I got to get to Lloyd Metroid. Shout out to Lloyd Metroid, who is also a channel member. Man, thank you for the love and support. With a $2 super chat, he says, "I can afford the PS5 Pro." Salute to everybody. Listen, he came through. He came through. Like, I can afford it.
He said brokies. He said brokies.
I don't think it's about affording it. It's like whether we should be paying that much for it, right?
Thank you.
People can afford a lot of shit.
That
whether we should be paying that much for it.
That.
I'm not by any means am I trying to take over on the podcast, but I want to hear what my boy Dallas has got to say about this. Don't be quiet.
I mean, for one, I got a pretty okay PC, I guess. But every time I sit down and like to play a game, I think, oh, I should be making a beat. I could play video games right now, but I probably should be getting some music made right now. Like that probably would help. I could be playing games right now, but maybe I should like be learning XYZ skill. Maybe I should be doing something constructive or moving in some sort of way towards one of these 100 million goals that I got. So yeah, I guess I could play PC games if I wanted to, but there's this thing that happens when you sit down at your PC where you realize there's so many possibilities. A console is just a dedicated gaming machine, and yes, there are more pros than cons to PC, but for who? Most people, the biggest pro is the fact that they can just sit down and start playing. The biggest roadblock you're gonna come across sitting down to play your console is whatever the hell game you want to play having an update.
I'm gonna tell you,
it's the same on PC.
This is
I'm gonna need to snatch this from y'all for a second. I'm looking at the time, and I apologize for doing that, but I gotta snatch it up because we need to keep the same topic going, but we have to transition just a little bit, right?
I got you.
We ain't got to the PS6 part of this yet, right? But I want to switch it to go Xbox because there's articles. I'm not calling out names. I'm not calling out websites, right? But you got people are saying, hey, part of this is Xbox's fault. Part of this is because PlayStation doesn't really have a competition when it comes to the high-end gaming market because Xbox has decided, hey, our Xbox isn't as important. We're going to put our video games, our Indiana Joneses, our what's this Doom guy, the new Doom game, right? We're going to put that on PS5. Who knows what else is coming, right? Do you guys put any merit? B, I'm going to start with you. You put any merit into the reason why this console is so high, not just because PlayStation wants to make they sell it as a positive, right? Because they can, because there is no other competition in the high-end gaming market. Number one, Xbox is not doing a mid-gen refresh, and number two, they're putting all their games on PlayStation.
I will say allegedly, right? That's what it looks like up to this point. But I will say this. This was definitely it wouldn't shock me if this was a test run to see how the market would react. Mm-hmm. And they rolled the dice
and Xbox
for Sony because what better time to test how far you can go when you have no rebuttal to answer to or to you don't
so you put some of this blame on Xbox.
Yeah, you get a free open punch. Like, bro, Microsoft just said, go ahead, throw your best shot. And they tested the waters and it worked out great. How in 1 week, 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, you, did they close somebody down? Or am I tripping? Oh, Concord. You just killed off your 8-year special project. You raised the cost of your basic controller by $5. And you announce a $700 mid-gen refresh by using year-plus older games to show it off. You are throwing a haymaker, twisting the hips, pivoting the toes. They took the biggest shot they could, and Microsoft gave it to them by whether it was direct or whether it was through the inaction or whether it was through them revealing their plans of not planning to do anything. They gave them a free shot, and PlayStation took it. Like, and this isn't speculation. This is what happened. This is all within 2 weeks.
I don't even see it that way though. I think
but that's what happened. It's not a way to see it. That is what happened. You raised the cost of your base controller. You killed off Concord. And you announced a $700 console with no new game to showcase said power.
This is very Sony things to do. Sony's just being Sony. This is them. Sony is the company where you give them an inch and they take a mile. And this is them taking a long ass kilometer. This is not like, it's not new stuff. It's shit they've been doing. Where's the Last of Us Part 2 multiplayer right now? Like they made decisions that we side for a good long time. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
and then
just to make sure we're clarifying on the same point, Dallas, do you put any of this blame on Xbox?
No,
for
not
as far as
anyway, I'll put it
because that's the running notion. Like, a lot of journalists and sites are picking up on it. I'm not gonna name them because I don't want to hate to go to nopody if people haven't seen them, depending how they feel about it. And they are saying, "Hey, Xbox is part of the problem here."
I don't blame Xbox because this is just a very Sony thing to do, and that's why I don't blame Xbox, because this is not stuff they would have done anyway. Xbox could have dropped like the most immaculate game and could have did their own mid-gen refresh, and it could have been amazing and much cheaper than the original console. It don't matter what Xbox did. This is the same stuff Sony would have did anyway. Like, nothing that Baron just described, even though yes, this is absolutely exactly what happened. It's absolutely something that you can look at, like, that you could call a pattern of behavior. It's absolutely something that we could look at their history and then hear this and not be at all surprised.
Des, I want to ask you. So, if of course we know for a fact the path that Xbox was going down, right? But if Xbox wasn't going down this path and they wanted to sell you a console and they kept their games exclusive, right? Would we still be seeing a $700 PS5 Pro? Do you put any merit into what the competition is doing is causing them to be able to make a bold move by selling a console $300 more than its base discless version?
I think a lot of the blame is on what happened during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I think anytime you have business, there's going to be like actions and consequences, but I wouldn't say that like what is happening with Sony right now is directly caused by Xbox. I'm also going to say that like these plans took place way before we even found out about it, right? This is not something they came up with like 2 months ago and decided to launch or show us. So I really do think a lot of what we're seeing, even with Xbox, it's all coming from like the COVID bubble, right? They saw how much money people were willing to pay for streaming services, etc. Everybody tried to get in on streaming. Netflix is putting games on their shit. Amazon is putting games on their stuff. The next step is to put games on a streaming platform, right? Sell your catalog. Everybody's trying to do it right now. What I would like to know is if PlayStation is putting out a limited amount of these, right? Because they know that there's a diehard fan base that will buy them. So it's like, how many of them are they putting out? Are they putting out enough to appease the diehard fan base who's going to buy them anyway? And then move on to the next thing? And if that's it, it's a win-win for them. Because they know they're going to sell it regardless.
Hey, Des, real quick. Do you think that there's a chance that this becomes the new norm? Because if I'm not mistaken, the time frame between, what was it, the PS4 Pro and the PS5, what was that, like 3 years?
It's 4 or 5 years. It's like 4 years.
So do you think that this console is going to be the new standard? Like, let's say they stop making PS5s. And maybe that's why GameStop is buying up PS5s, OG PS5s, at such a price. Because pretty soon that's going to be the only place you'll be able to get it. You're not going to be able to get a fresh out the box one anymore.
Oh yeah, I definitely think we're leaning towards that. Yeah, like it's already happening. And I know a lot of people are upset about it, but yeah, it's the future.
Caleb,
baby.
I'm gonna swing over you, Caleb, before I have to transition us out of here to the next topic. But do you yourself put any merit into Xbox taking some blame for us getting the $700 console?
I don't. And the reason why is because this is just the way the market's been going. Honestly, it's been changing this way, and y'all also have to realize too, like, it is crazy. It really is crazy to look at this console and be like, oh my God, like what a price for something that doesn't have a disc. But whenever we look at, hard facts, Game Rant actually posted something recently about talking about the comparison of PlayStation consoles with the price of inflation. So the highest the highest PlayStation of all time, if it were to be adjusted to the current inflation setting, was the PlayStation 3, and if it were to launch now, it would have been $936. So the PlayStation 5 Pro is, of course, the second highest at $779. But also we have to look at the way they launched this console. Look at what they're doing with it. Look at one of their biggest markets is Asia Pacific area. Okay, so the Asia Pacific area is one of the largest, is now actually the largest gaming market in the world. They generated in 2023, they generated a total of $84 billion in revenue alone, housing over 1.4 billion gamers. So if we're moving into a market that is strictly focused on digital purchasing, on a more kind of digital centric, most powerful console aspect, just like what Dee had said too, is like, this is kind of where our industry has been moving for a while. And I think most of us have realized that this was going to happen, that a Pro was going to come out. There was a possibility it was going to be a price increase, and there was a possibility there were some things we weren't going to like about it. But we saw this originally teased whenever the Xbox One was first announced. Before the press conference came out, Xbox talked about there was going to be an Xbox One that was coming out that was completely digital, had no disc drive in it at all, and it was going to be priced at $499. And at the time, everyone lost it. But this is where we're going. Gaming is everywhere. You can literally download the next Netflix app on your phone and download and play games directly on your phone. Xbox is looking into the future and saying, we want to put Xbox everywhere. Let's play it. Yeah. So why would Xbox not be like, hey, you know what? Y'all do y'all. We're going to put our games on there. Hey, awesome. The Indiana Jones is going to come out. Man, cool. It's going to be at 120 frames per second on PS5 looking delicious. And Xbox is going to be making all this money and just pouring it in. They're already one of the only $1 trillion companies out there. Yeah. Let's not forget that. So Xbox, everybody's talking about PlayStation right now with how they screwed up on this $799 or $800 console, and I'm one of them. I'm like, dang, man, they could have really got a home run on this, and if they would have just launched it at $599, and just said, hey, we're doing away with the regular PlayStation, and if you want a disc drive, it's going to be an extra $100, so it's going to be $699. They could have done.
Very small point, and I'm going to switch topics over to Dallas, but before I do, Baron, really, really quickly, okay? Is there any chance in the world that Sony didn't send a dev kit over to Xbox to make sure that the Call of Duty plays best on PS5 Pro? Because remember, they didn't send Xbox a dev kit for Minecraft. That's why we still don't have. They didn't get a Minecraft PS5 version, right? They wouldn't send Xbox a dev kit. Is there any chance that Call of Duty plays exactly the same on PS5 Pro as it does the PS5? Before we really quickly.
Nah, they definitely sent that dev kit, bro.
Yeah,
You
They
gotta
said
actually.
I think Xbox has too many games coming out on their platform for them not
yeah,
to.
yeah.
I was going to say it's weird that you said that because I just saw an article yesterday saying that there has been an official announcement from Microsoft that there will now be a native PS5 Minecraft that's coming out in the next few months. It was just announced.
Remember, originally we didn't because they would not send Xbox a developing kit. But now they have too many games from the Bethesda games to it's too many games now. They kind of and with the biggest game of the year, Black Ops 6. Say what you want, right? It's going to be the biggest game of the year. You kind of have to. But D, I'm gonna swing over to you, right? PS5 Pro, $700, right? So many people are saying it's that price because it's niche. It's only going to a certain amount of people, right? So keep that in mind with the words that have been sprinkled around, right? What is your way too early prediction for the price point of the PlayStation 6?
I think that depends. It depends on how quickly the bubble bursts for PlayStation. Because it's only as niche as gaming is as a whole, right? Which is becoming less and less so. But it's normal for that mid-gen refresh to be like the main console. Nobody at the end of the PlayStation 4's life cycle was playing on a base PS4, or at least the vast majority of PS4 players. If anything happened to my PS5, I'd be getting a Pro, but I'd only do it because something happened to my 5, and I may as well.
Don't give them an idea, bro. They already act like iPhone. They already act like Apple. Don't let them.
Japanese-owned company, right?
Yep.
Just like Nintendo, right?
Yep.
So I feel like I know we're having.
Don't say it out loud.
I'm just saying, I feel like we always have these debates, but they do what they want to do. I don't think they care about what we think, which I mean, it sounds shitty, but like Nintendo does what Nintendo does, and Nintendo cares about its employees. Nintendo's not about, I'm trying to make as much money as I can. It is not corporate America company. I feel the same way about Sony. Even though they're like, we're going to do this for $700, I don't think they care what we think because they know they're going to make those sales in Asia.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you on
your
that.
prediction?
About what?
The PS6 price point. Way too early. If you had to say it's going to be this price in 2026, 2027, based off of what the market looks like now, what would you say it would be?
Crazy. That's wild.
What?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm back.
Because I think what we need
to
to see
for a little bit.
I think we need to see what the reaction will be with this one before we know what it would be for the 6. I think if this one does really poorly, just business-wise, economically, they're going to be like, okay, maybe we shouldn't charge another $300 for our next console. You know what I mean? I think it's way too soon. So I don't want to like put a prediction out there because I think we really need to see what's going to happen with this.
I mean, that's true. I mean, I heard years, and I don't know if this is true, but I heard years ago somebody say something like, American companies plan 5, 10, 15, 20 years ahead for whatever it is that they're doing. Japanese companies will plan 100 years ahead or more. I don't know how true that is, but I wouldn't put it past.
Hey, Nintendo's been in it for the long game. They used to, used to do? Like card games?
Oldest gaming company in the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally
I'm
more than over to you. Your price prediction for the PS6. If you could put a stamp on it today, what is it looking like?
I think the PS6,
the PS5 Pro is $700, and people are buying the detachable drive like
it's top selling thing. I think what's going to happen is they're going to learn from the mistake of this, and it's going to launch $649.99. But if you want to get the complete experience, which is probably what they're going to call it, you're going to have to pay $749.99. And the complete experience will come. It'll be a special box. It's going to come with a stand. It's going to come
like
with a
that
controller.
Nintendo cardboard box that everybody bought over.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You can sell cardboard boxes. You can sell.
You can sell anything.
You can sell this for $700. People will buy.
No, this is what I'm saying, and that's why I believe the full experience for the PlayStation.
How many terabytes? I see Sly Crow says 1 terabyte. How many terabytes standard?
Oh, standard. I think I wouldn't even be shocked if you still don't get a terabyte. It wouldn't shock me.
I think 2 about to be standard.
2 minimum.
I don't think so, bro.
I think Dallas is right. I think it's 2. Caleb, I'm gonna switch over to you. Your way too early PlayStation 6 price prediction.
I'm like 100% sure it will launch at $699.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to launch at $699, and they're going to do the same exact thing they did with the original PlayStation 5 release. They're going to have, PlayStation 6 and then PlayStation. I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now. Get ready because it's
discs are done, right?
I don't think discs are going to be a focus, and I think we are going to see these consoles move into cell phone genre releases, even if they're not every year. When they release them, there will be 2 versions. One will be the regular, one will be the ultra version. You can pay $699 and get, oh man, this PlayStation 6 is amazing, or you can get the PS6 Ultra, and it comes with a disc, and it comes with 5 terabytes of space, and it comes with an extra controller and all that. I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. With just like what she said just a bit ago, like it COVID screwed us as gamers, plain and simple. There were so many people going out and dropping just, $1,000, $2,000.
Yeah.
There's a person that I know that lives in Tyler, Texas, and I'm not going to name his name, but to get it for his kid spent like $1,200 to get a PS5. I was lucky enough that there was literally 4 in my area on launch day, and I was number 1 of getting it on
only
launch
6
day.
people in his area.
Yeah, might remind you. Yeah. Hey, listen, 18,000 people. I stay here for a reason. So it's somewhat cheap, but I'm telling you, that is where we're moving, bro. That is just something that we have got to get used to. And it's hard. It's kind of hard to look at it that way because like what they were talking about just a bit ago, Sony and Nintendo, yes, that's how they are. They don't care. They do not care what anyone else has to say about the releases of their console, how they're releasing their console, what they're releasing with their console, whatever. They don't care. They don't care. They're going to release it the way they're going to release it because they have researched it and done the work that they needed to do to know that they're going to make money. Plain and simple. Nintendo can release a game tomorrow called Super Mario Poop, whatever. And it's just, it's going to sell out the wazoo. Out the wazoo. And I'm telling you right now, I said this in my review of Astrobot. If PlayStation invests in Asobi the way they need to, I'm telling you, Astrobot as a character can be PlayStation's Mario. And we will see these millions of different. We could see mobile versions. We could see them transferring Astrobot over to other consoles. Like, bro, tell me it would not be a great selling point and a great connection point for 2 Japanese gaming companies like Sony and Nintendo to come together and say, hey, there's a new game coming out called Super Mario plus Astrobot. And it's all these PlayStation characters with Super Mario. Listen, they do what they want.
Astrobot Olympics.
Yes, bro. They do it.
Oddly enough, Caleb, to touch on that point really quickly, and I don't want to dive too much into it, but apparently Astrobot, as high as it's gotten on Metacritic, apparently it's not selling very well, which is kind of odd to see.
So is it going to get the Metroid treatment? Like everybody says nothing but good stuff, but it just doesn't sell?
The reporters are putting out, it's not charting very well. It's not doing very well specifically in the UK. Did it release
at the end of summer, though? Like towards the end of summer?
It just released.
Yeah, when school started.
Is the worst time.
Yeah, to release a kid's game. Yeah.
Everybody is buying stuff to send their kids to school.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
This is not it's the end of the summer when everybody's coming back from vacation.
At the beginning of summer, it would have killed.
Oh,
yes, at the beginning of summer, that would have been the best
family game. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you when it's gonna hit off. This holiday season, we're gonna listen. This holiday season, we're gonna see the first PS5 Pro bundle coming with Astrobot.
I'm telling you.
And it's going to be like, if you come to GameStop right now and get your PS5 Pro, you can get the PS5 Astrobot bundle, and you can pick out another exclusive like Spider-Man 2, and it plays better on the PS5 Pro. We're going to see it like crazy, but I think it will launch at $699. I think there will be another version that launches just along with it. And, I can only hope that Fame is right and that 2 terabyte is the new standard. But they do have to realize with these new games as they're going up. Listen, bro, Call of Duty itself is what,
Almost
200, 300 gigabyte, 400
Yeah.
gigabytes.
Easy.
Then you get Warzone Plus, the zombie mode, multiplayer. Dude, it takes up half your console. So, like, I mean, just be real, dude. Like, get space if you want to have a successful console release. Like, if it comes out and it's got, if it's got 4 terabytes of space and it's got this, it's got that, and whatever, it's going to be great. But we also have to just look at it like what they were saying just a bit ago. Honestly, they really don't care because they know consumers are going to buy it. That's a problem. That's a problem that we've run into, and people that do secondary selling, if anything, they've ruined it for us as well.
Oh yeah,
because when PS5s came out, that's what really screwed things up.
they killed it.
And you're about to see a repeat of the PlayStation
with this
5
Pro.
Listen,
Because who you think buying them disc drives? It ain't, bro. If I had extra money,
Oh my God! I didn't
it's the
even
scalpers.
think about that.
Yeah,
bro.
the scalpers is grabbing
Yes.
them. Yeah, scalpers is
because
grabbing
they're gonna. Hey, you got a PS5 Pro, but you can't play your Spider-Man 2 disc. Here's this detachable drive for $200. But listen, we got to get up out of here, man. I don't want to hold everyone in that time up. Shout out to who came out and rocked with us, man. If you haven't already, man, please hit the like button as it helps us out a whole bunch. Make sure you guys go check out my bro Caleb, man. He does great things back over there at Sending Links, man. He does an amazing job. My fellow Texas brethren, please go give him a follow on social media, man.
I was going to say, how about the Cowboys? But
how about them Cowboys?
baby? Woo!
How about them Cowboys?
I'm ending the stream now.
60-yard run.
I'm ending the stream now.
Listen, with all that said, hold on. Before you end the stream, listen, gaming headsets should be affordable. If you look on Baron here, you see the Avid headset. It is the best budget headset you can buy. It is probably the best wired headset you can buy. The headset is $60. If you guys use the link in the description down below, you guys get 10% off and free shipping. Make sure you guys go check out the headset. I promise you, I'm not just trying to sell you something. The headset is absolutely legit. Also, go over to lv1gaming.com. So much content coming out from our amazing team who does stuff every single day. They're putting out freaking content. It's freaking amazing. Make sure you guys go over and check out Dez's Twitter handle. Make sure you guys check out Dames for Games because she does amazing work in the industry. She is the hardest working person I know. She went from Japan to Germany to California. She's been everywhere over the last couple of
And
weeks.
back to
She bust
Japan,
her
so.
ass. I saw somebody in the comments said that Dez, the only person on the panel that made sense today, is about to go follow her. Her link is in that in the description down below. Make sure you guys go follow Dez because she spits hot fire because she speaks the truth, and we love you, Dez. Also, if you haven't, go on Twitter and wish my sister, the Floor Hugger, a happy birthday. Yes, her birthday is on 9/11, unfortunately, but that's how I remember when her birthday is because it is on 9/11, so it's how I remember her birthday. So make sure you guys gonna give her some birthday love. Listen, again, if you haven't hit that like button, please hit the like button. It's free $99 to hit that like button. It don't cost you a dime. It's also free to subscribe to the channel, right? It's free $99. If you do want to support us, super chats are awesome. Also, please consider becoming a channel member because what we do is very expensive and we want to continue to put out some awesome content, and that's only possible because you guys. Thank you guys so much for being with us. With all that said, congratulations, you guys leveled up. This is the Lv1 Gaming Podcast. See you guys next Wednesday, 6 p.m. CST, and we're out.
So do I hit the end stream button? Is that what I do?
Hit the end stream button.
Wait, so I got to actually hit the end stream button. If I don't hit it, that means we don't end. So I, once again, am in complete authority. Folks, we want all your money. Everybody here donate $1, and that's $28. And that is going to go towards us collectively buying a PS5 Pro and that coming to my house. But it's all of ours. And it's all of ours. Yeah. So everybody, all 28 people, yes, I see you, concurrent viewers, donate $1 and it'll go to, and then if you really got it, donate $5. And I just, look, I will not review it, but I will tell you it's great. Yeah, all right, I'm going to hit end stream.
Peace.